Hey again, Thomas. How are you?
Jonathan, I am doing wonderful. And how are you, my friend?
Doing great as always. Uh,
Good. What do
so
you
why
got
don't
for me?
why don't we do about getting ahead of the economic curve right now, based on the
Oh,
how things are, the economy, the election coming up, how that may be affecting businesses, your personal life. So why don't we talk about that?
all right. All right. We won't get so much into the political end. I don't want to, perturb anybody on either side of the fence. But, you know, I mean, what has been happening and, from last year with the interest rates just skyrocketing as high as it did, as quick as they did, never in history like that before. And, the times that we're in now. Um, there are a lot of layoffs. There were a lot of layoffs last year, and so far in the month of January, there's been a tremendous amount of layoffs. And they foresee more coming. We're looking at economically. You look at what's happening. More people are behind in their bills. All right, so those people are consumers. Um, you have a lot of people that are buried underneath car loans. The student loans started coming into effect this past October. You had 44 million people started to have to pay them back, and over 19 million were delinquent by December. And the only reason I say by December because they don't report student loans until 2 months in a row being delinquent, and they only start in October. So October, November, you already have 19 million people delinquent, which ain't good. You look at the housing sales, the price of the houses, which we all know are extravagantly high. Okay, the rent in some areas has settled. In some areas, it's come down. So we have to talk about this because this is your consumer out there, possibly your customer that you're dealing with. All right. What we're foreseeing, what's happening is it's kind of like strap in, don't even buckle up, strap in. So you have to be smart about your business and you have to start scaling it and looking at it strategically on your marketing aspect, especially, and also your employee side. Your thoughts, Jonathan?
It's right. So we're finding that that's all true. Customers, clients, that their customers that we have a lot of home service companies, right? So they're doing roofs, they're doing sidings, they're doing windows, they're doing decks. So starting to see people are struggling. They're a little more focused on the budget. They're trying to figure out how they can make things work within the budget. People are getting scared. So definitely you have to figure out how to market to the right people, the ones that are maybe not struggling as much. But right now, with the way the economy is going on, is that the top quarter of the people are not the ones that are struggling. It's the people in the middle and the lower income people. They're the ones that inflation hurts the most. So all these things,
100%.
all these things going on, inflation being at 9%, 8%. If you got $1 billion, you don't really care too much. You might be losing money, but guess what? The one that is making $50,000 or less a year, they can't feed their family. They can't pay their
Oh,
bills. I think
yeah.
I saw it on the news this morning. The amount of debt that is being carried by people, credit card debt, it's astronomical. It's like you couldn't even fathom that we can get to be that behind. So
Mm-hmm. True.
I think they were saying
100%
that
true.
people are being more delinquent on their payments, right? So they're not even paying the bill. For the first time, I started noticing a couple foreclosures in housing, which is in this day very weird to see, right? Because everyone can't get enough houses. So you're starting to see people that probably took out loans at higher rates and maybe they can't pay them anymore, or maybe they have good rates and good interest rates on their mortgages, but they just can't pay the bill because everything else is skyrocketed. Going to the
Yeah.
supermarket is really expensive. Doing basic fundamental things to live is just I don't know if you're on a fixed income, it's very, very difficult to keep within it. So
I had heard the other day, they said the average family in America, it's costing them $1,048 more a month just because of inflation, just on their everyday, goods, their utilities, etc. So, you're talking over $12,000 more a year. I mean, that is an insane number because they're not getting that type of raise at work. Matter of fact, I just heard this morning that household incomes have dropped and inflation has gone up, so that's not good either, so people are losing money.
it's always funny to see the type of increases that employers give their employees when it doesn't make up the difference of the inflation or the cost of anything in the times that we're in right now. I mean, you used to be able to go to the supermarket and get a week's full of groceries for a good price. Now it's, for most people, it's probably like half their paycheck. You know, if they're not making
You know,
enough.
I don't have a fan, I don't have any kids of that, so I I can't really fathom that, and, talk from meaning, from my side of the fence. But for people that have family, my heart goes out to them. I do know with the local churches in my area, they're basically what do you call it? They're little food
Right?
depots that they
Food,
have at the
yeah,
churches, food pantries. You
yeah,
know, they're in need of a lot more stuff because you got more people knocking at doors asking for like canned goods and stuff so they can feed their family. It's sad.
yeah,
This country, unfortunately, with all again, not to get political, with all these immigrants that are flooding into this country, America's going to open the doors to them. And it reminds me back in the day when I was a little kid, my parents used to do food baskets on a monthly basis back on Long Island just to help out families. I turned to my mom, I was like 8, 9 years old. I was like, Mom, why do we do this? And my mom was off the boat from Ireland. And she said to me, listen, Tommy, basically America will take care of the world and piss on their own people. Well, damn it, you know what? How true that was. And that was well over 40 years ago.
yeah. Well, I mean, bringing it back to, it's all true stuff. We
Yeah,
ourselves can only control what we can control, right? So when you're figuring out your
exactly.
business, when you're figuring out your client base, what can you do for your business and for your clients to help them kind of fight this struggle, right? Everyone's getting squeezed. Everyone is trying to make an honest living is really getting squeezed. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
You have less money to do what you need, and things are costing more. So what can you do to help your business grow? You don't have money to waste anymore, right? Not that you ever want to waste your money, but you don't have a lot of
Mhm.
money to even try new ventures for your company. So do what you
Yeah.
do the best. Try and get and provide a quality service, quality product to your clients, so you have the least issues that can possibly arise. Plus, if you're helping your clients out, helping your customers out, it's a better thing for everyone because we're helping each other. We're all Americans. We're all trying to help each other. We're all trying to,
True.
grow into better people, better country. So yeah, you
And
have to,
one thing that's,
yeah,
especially for service businesses out there, one thing you may want to try, if you have customers that actually can, suggest, clients refer other clients to you, do a referral bonus. Say, listen, if this works out, we'll give you a 5% bonus, for referring somebody. So, it's going to be cheaper than, advertising because, it's basically somebody's word of mouth for you. But you know what? If you're able to put a few bucks in somebody's pocket or give them an automatic discount next time you come to their place, their home to do business, do that. But you know what? Think outside the box. You have to think outside the box in these economic times as a business owner. How can I get more business and secure more clients? Correct?
yeah. I mean, we would. I was just talking to this woman from Las Vegas who owns a retail shop, and she's been in business for 14 years. The last 2 years have been very, very hard for her. She's been taking out loans to pay the rent, and she's scared to close the doors because that's all she knows, and that's what she's lived for the last 14 years. So she's been taking out loans to pay the rent because she does get business from the store visits, but it's not enough to be profitable. So she's really struggling to figure out what to do next. She just started building a online store because she knows that this is going to be the future. So we're trying to help
Mm-hmm.
her figure out, the steps that she should take to migrate her retail physical location to a e-commerce platform where she doesn't need to have that store, presence anymore, and
Mm-hmm.
help her out that way. So it's yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to have to figure out more things like that, and they're going to have to figure out how to be more lean with their budget, and that's
Mm-hmm.
going to be how they can continue to grow and continue to get more business and be just leaner with how they do work.
And one thing I'm going to share with everybody here, I keep a very good eye on what's happening economically, and it's not this month, next month. I'm looking basically 18 months out from now. And I've been pretty much well on target on a lot of things throughout the last 25 years. I'm going to say this to you. This year is going to be rough, and next year is going to be a lot worse. 2025. Doesn't matter who gets into that White House. It's going to be a bad year because everything's going to start, snowballing. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Down. I'm saying this because you know what? You have to plan for this. If you plan ahead for this and be strategic in the way you look at it for your business, you're going to be able to overcome. I've always had the motto, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So if the worst didn't happen, at least okay, I was ready for it. And if the worst does happen, I'm ready for it. And I'm going four-wheeling through it. And I'm going to make it work for us. So you know what? That's basically the way I'm looking at how things are economically this year and even going into next year. Other than that, Jonathan, do you have any closing comments?
I mean, just always be safe, be strategic. You should always be strategic no matter what, but even, be a little more, strategic over the next year or so.
100%. Well, listen, want to ask everybody, please subscribe if you already haven't. We'd appreciate. We're trying to build this community, and also hit that like button and hit the thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. And you guys have a great weekend, and hopefully we actually create knowledge for you. Thank you.
Thanks for going.